1 minute to go here in the fourth. Sabali against the freshman. No. Rebound for Jones. Into the hands of Anna Wilson. And a timeout called by Tara Vanderveer for Stanford. Haley Jones has been outstanding in leading this Cardinal comeback.
Well, I said it early. For Stanford to get back in this game, she was going to have to play a part. The assist, the defense, saving 4 points at the rim in the second half. And then it's just been spin cycle off the reverse spin move. 2 big buckets off of the move in the second half.
She has played her best in big games with a lot on the line. And remember the Final Four, the 24 against South Carolina in the national semifinal, including the game winner. 17 in the championship against Arizona, most outstanding player of the Final Four. A slow start here today. Remember, she had the 2 fouls in the first quarter, but she has done it here, especially in the fourth, playing with a ton of confidence on both ends of the floor. It's Stanford basketball in a tie game.
Where we've seen the experience of Stanford here in the second half. Down double digits, no panic. They just kept doing what they do best, and that was some defense, some second chance opportunities, and now they've got a chance to take the lead.
Of course, they look to Jones. Jones puts it on the deck, and a blocking foul is called. Count the basket and 1, and Stanford has the lead in the final minute.
Where we don't usually see a lot of emotion from head coach Tara Vanderveer, but she was off the bench, off of this move. Pinto tries to draw the charge, and instead has the contact on Jones. But look at the mere strength of Jones as she's falling down.
How did she do that? How did she do that?
Mad skills, partner. Mad skills.
Falling down, almost completely seated. Of course she finishes the three-point play. And a timeout called by Oregon. This is the largest lead of the game for Stanford, and their first lead since the opening minutes of this game. Their only lead was 1-0 before Haley Jones put them on top of Ike 3. A reminder, Big Ten, Big 12 Super Tuesday men's basketball doubleheader on ESPN and also on the app. 7 o'clock Eastern time. Get started with Michigan State on the road at Iowa. Then 6th-ranked Kansas, big rivalry game, of course, with Kansas State. It's at the Allen Fieldhouse. That's coming up on Tuesday. Haley Jones has been the go-to for Stanford. Flip it over to Oregon. Tina Paopao has been their go-to. She's been held in check here the last couple of minutes. Is that where Oregon needs to look, and do they need to look for a 3 with 36.4 to go?
No, I think you go quick, high percentage score here. And let's not forget, Rogers is just as good off the bench. I expect some kind of screen on ball action from Oregon here out of this timeout.
We get it into the hands of Paopao. Now guarded by Emma Nopu. They go to Sabali inside. And she was fouled. A chance for Yara Sabali at the free throw line. She was hoping it was a chance for a three-point play, just would not drop. And Sabali, a 73% free throw shooter, will shoot a couple.
So many weapons for Oregon. And that's what I said, right? Just get the ball down low to Sabali and score.
I think that's what you said. I'm pretty sure you didn't, but I'm a good partner, and I'll say that's what you said. Here's Watson back into the game as Prince will take a seat.
Well, you're seeing some offense-defense substitutions by both teams right now.
Sabali, who missed 8 games this season. She's battled injury. She's been very limited in practice. Delivers at the free throw line. 1 more to come. She will be honored after the game on Senior Day, along with Shannon Duffusy, trying to make sure that is a happy celebration. She did her part. Sedona Prince with the hug, 2 free throws, and a timeout called now by Stanford, and they'll advance into the front court.
But the biggest thing for Stanford right now is to get the ball in cleanly, because no shot clock right now. Oregon's going to be forced to foul. If I'm Oregon, I am going for a steal on this entry pass. If you don't get it, then yes, you're looking to foul.
As we reset things Again, Stanford took a 1-0 lead on an administrative technical foul called before the opening tip. Lexi Hull made the free throw. It was a 1-0 Stanford lead, but then Oregon controlled the first quarter, especially with their defense. Stanford was 2 for 17 from the field in the first quarter. It was a 4-point lead after one, a 5-point lead at halftime for Oregon. They stretched it out to a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, but Haley Jones has led a spirited comeback. Russell Wilson and Ciara, they're not leaving early. No way. This game's on the line, and Stanford's got the ball in their hand here with the lead. And finally, a foul is given by Sabali, but she's the one who did not want a foul because that's her 5th personal foul.
When Kelly Graves knows he's only got one timeout left, so he's gathering his team right now, using this as a pseudo timeout to remind them what he wants.
So Sydney Parrish, or will it be Sedona Prince? I think Oregon's trying to get their personnel right. It will be Prince on the floor with Parrish. And that's it for Sabali. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And what could be your final game on this floor here in Eugene, unless things come together for the Ducks and they can host the NCAA tournament. Lexi Hull at the free throw line, 75% on the season. Oregon with the timeout. Graves may keep the timeout in his pocket here as Stanford drops back behind half court, but now the timeout will be called.
Well, Eric, it was interesting because before the substitution was made by Stanford, he was telling Rogers go.
Right.
But because Tara Vanderveer had someone at the table, he wasn't allowed to push tempo, forced to call his last timeout.
So Hull delivers at the free throw line. .1 to go. Okay, draw it up for us. Where are we going? What are we doing if we're the Oregon Ducks?
I'm going quick and getting to the rims. 20 seconds is still a lot of time, even without the one timeout, without any more timeouts, because you want to force Stanford here to make a free throw. But the key right now is get it in cleanly and get to the rim. Don't settle for a jumper. Get the high percentage look. We saw some end of the game situations by both teams yesterday. I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe there was a back screen leading someone to the rim here. If not, I want to see Pow Pow get a touch here and try to create off the bounce.
Oregon out of timeouts. Stanford with 1 timeout remaining. A 3-point lead for the Cardinal, who are 13-0 in the Pac-12. They have wrapped up the regular season title. They'll be the #1 seed in Las Vegas in a couple weeks, but they are still playing to be undefeated in the Pac-12. They have outscored Oregon here in the second half. 34-26, trying to hold on here. Into Prince. Rogers with the drive, can't get it to drop, tip back out, controlled by Stanford, and a foul is called on Oregon with 6.5 to go.
How key has Emma Nopu been this afternoon for Stanford? Both she and Erie Offen have given the Cardinal just invaluable minutes and productivity off the bench.
Agnes Emanopu, playing in her 18th game this season, had 15 total points, was 1 for 5 from outside the three-point line, checked into this game in the second half, knocked down a three-pointer as part of this good second half for Stanford. Erie Offen has been big off the bench. Emanopu can't get it. Here comes the critical one again. Oregon with no timeouts, 6.5 to go. It's going to happen quickly. Big free throw from the sophomore from Australia.
2-possession game now for Stanford. They just don't want to foul here.
Rogers launches off the mark, and that does it. Stanford stays undefeated in the Pac-12.
It wasn't always pretty for Stanford, but you're seeing why this team is so good. They bring so many players off the bench. Their margin of error is wide because these players are ready to perform when their number is called. Next player up was on full display this afternoon.
Feels like everyone has a hand in it for Stanford this year. Never been the case more than today, but Haley Jones was outstanding down the stretch, finishing with 18 points and 9 rebounds. It's a win for Stanford, 66-62 the final. For Christy Thomas-Cuddy and our crew, I'm Eric Freed. Thanks for being with us. Coming up next, undefeated Soul Surfer.